Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to NoDQ Live here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/AaronRiftNoDQ. Thank you to everyone watching live. Also, thank you to everyone watching on demand. We have people in the chat room already talking about Raw. Doesn't seem like Raw was a very well-received show this week, and I tend to agree. I thought tonight's Raw was very lackluster. It felt like a show produced by a company that is completely in the driver's seat, money-wise. A company that just reportedly made a $1 billion deal with Fox to have SmackDown Live on that network in 2019. Tom McCarthy with a $2 super chat donation. Thoughts on SmackDown moving to the NoDQ network? If SmackDown moved to the NoDQ network, there would need to be some changes. I would have my demands. The first demand is no more contract signings. If you're going to do a contract signing, once a year at the most. I'll give them that. One contract signing a year. But other than that, the writers are banned from doing contract signing segments, writing those types of segments. Number two, having a promo kick off a show and you have not one but two guys interrupt, come out, and then the general manager or whoever's in charge says, you guys are going to have a one-on-one match and this match starts next. No more of those segments. And number three, no singles matches that end with outside interference and then during the commercial break, the general manager or whoever is in charge turns the match into a tag team match. That is banned as well. I tweeted about this at 8:17 Eastern before the tag match even happened. And sure enough, just despite me, WWE did that very segment that I talked about. A singles match, which turned into a tag team match during the commercial break. And Michael Cole has a script every single time, or Tom Phillips. During the commercial, general manager, blah, 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 made this a tag team match. It's the same thing. I'm so tired of it. Creatively, WWE is in a complete slump. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Mike Hunt, oh great, I said that phrase again, with a $5 super chat donation. I've given up watching now, just cannot waste my time anymore. I find out what happens here, thanks mate. Well, thank you for that. I'm glad that you enjoy NoDQ Live. I'm glad everybody out there enjoys NoDQ Live. Most of you at least. I know I have a couple of haters. Is it cool to make Enzo references again now that he's not being charged? Or is that still a no-no? Let me know, guys. Can I do the Enzo references? I think Big G wants to go by his Certified G nickname again. Should he? Is it cool? Let us know in the chat room. So anyways, got to review Raw. It kicked off with Kurt Angle. He had this big announcement. He was talking about the Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax contract signing, and then Stephanie McMahon comes out. Okay, going back to that first comment about the NoDQ network, if SmackDown and Raw went to the NoDQ network. Another change I would make, Stephanie needs new music. I despise that theme song with a passion. It is just the worst of the worst as far as music goes. Some of you might disagree, but I think it's just awful music. She needs something else. I liked Let the Bodies Hit the Floor because at least we got a Chris Jericho joke out of it. Let the boobies hit the floor. But I'd rather she had like a cool rock song or Metalhead. Some kind of song like that. Kayfabe Candy Ass says, how about just no Stephanie at all? That's a good thing too. So we had Stephanie come out. She talked to Kurt Angle. Roman Reigns came out. Roman was upset. He's still playing Stone Cold Steve Austin, saying the management doesn't want him as Universal Champion. Blah, 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 blah. We all see through it. It's crap. It's lousy storytelling. It's not organic. Nobody buys into it. It sucks. Stephanie McMahon told Roman he's not getting his title opportunity. Ken, terminated by Google, just sent in a $2 super chat donation. Thank you for that. You should run WWE. Vince clearly doesn't know shit. And I'm saying shit. If YouTube wants to ban me, they're not going to ban me, but if they want to not monetize this video, I have to speak my mind on this video. So I'm not going to hold anything back. NoDQ.com, NoDQ, it's no holds barred here. It's anything goes. TK Relkin left a $2 super chat donation. Thank you for that. 10-second segments of kittens playing on every show. Yes, I would definitely add some kittens to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Where's Natalia's cat? Natalia's cat would be more entertaining than most of the show. Maybe all of it, for that matter. Maybe not Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the man. He can still go out there and have a great performance despite the terrible writing. Seth Rollins is great. I will be getting to Lashley's sisters here. Oh, don't even doubt it. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Cats are better than dogs, Virtue. I like your dog, but I just had to say that. And sorry to all the dog lovers out there. Now I'll get some thumbs down for this video for sure. Michael Wayne says, it's just the most terrible and cringe-worthy episode of the year. It's got to be up there. This has got to be one of the worst Raws of the year. It was just crap. Like I said at the beginning, this felt like a show put together by people that know that it doesn't matter what they put out there on television. They have a $1 billion, allegedly, WWE has not confirmed this yet, but all the reports are out there on all the big media outlets, Hollywood Reporter, ESPN. WWE apparently has a $1 billion deal to get SmackDown on Fox. And they're getting a huge deal, most likely, for Raw as well. WWE is making a ton of money, and quality is not important anymore. WWE can throw whatever they want out there, and there will be people out there that will eat it up. Just like in the music industry. People can put out lousy albums that have no creativity, but it caters to the lowest common denominator of people that just are probably drunk when they listen to it anyways, and those records sell. WWE will continue to sell to somebody. There will be people out there that will like it, and WWE is a strong enough business. They know what they're doing. They're going to be successful, regardless of the quality. It sucks, though. As a fan who has seen WWE do some amazing things over the years, it's very disappointing to know WWE is never, as a company, they're never going to have their backs against the wall ever again. It's never going to be 1996 anymore. In 1996, WWE was struggling in the ratings war and just business-wise trying to compete with WCW, and WWE had to get more creative, had to take more chances, and now it's just a complete 180. WWE doesn't have to take any chances now. They're going to be on Fox. They're going to have potentially more sponsorships, more advertising, more of a reach to the mainstream public than ever before. I mean, they're possibly going to have SmackDown advertised during NFL on Fox games. Duran Harris, I'm half blind here. I can barely read anything on this screen. The Queendom, where Aaron bowed down. I guess that's the name of the song, Stephanie's song. I hate that song. I'm sorry. I think that song is crap. I think a lot of songs are crap, though, but that's for a whole other video. So anyways, back to Raw. Stephanie, of course, made Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. Both of them came out. Owens interrupted after Reigns came out. So then Stephanie said, you guys are having your match and you're having it right now. Of course. Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop the presses. Rift Aronson is back in the chat room. He is alive. It's alive. $1 super chat donation. Rift Aronson has returned. Holy freaking crap. If you guys are not watching this live, you need to tune in live because you never know what's going to happen. Rift Aronson has returned. He has graced us with his presence. All hail Rift Aronson. Man, that's already made me more excited about anything else tonight. I'm just so happy. Rift Aronson is back. So, we had Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, which ended when Jinder Mahal interfered, and you know what happens next. Burn it down. Seth Rollins came out, and during the commercial break, general manager or Stephanie McMahon, somebody, made a match. They turned the singles match into a tag team match. We've seen that, only about 1 million times over the past 4 or 5 years. I'm just so sick of it. So tired of it. I want to see WWE change the format and just do totally different segments. Where are the storylines? I mean, there's no storylines on this show other than Reigns is trying to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, saying that the machine is out to get him and they don't want him as champion. So anyways, we had the tag match. Rollins won with the foot stomp. I'm trying to remember which one he beat. I think it was Kevin Owens. Yeah, it was Kevin Owens because for some reason Jinder Mahal has to be protected, I guess because he's feuding with Roman Reigns. He gets a little bit of a push, so to speak. Maybe pushed off a cliff when it's all said and done. So we had Rollins and Reigns pick up the win, and then they were attacked by Jinder Mahal afterwards with a steel chair. And that was the segment. Next week, it's Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. Wow, if you want me to not tune in next week, then that's the perfect match to advertise. And yes, Tony H, thank you so much for reminding me of this, you SOB. Next week we have Jinder versus Rollins, but at Money in the Bank, we have Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns. I will be there in Chicago. I'm almost looking forward to this match just to see how the crowd reacts. If they completely crap on the match, I will be entertained. If they are into it, then I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to take a leak if the crowd actually likes that match. I will be very disappointed with Chicago if they get into that match and they cheer and they make noise. If they all boo it out of the building and everyone leaves, then I will be very entertained. I will like that. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be a fun moment for me in Chicago. By the way, cheap plug, NoDQ.com/Chicago. We are doing a meetup prior to Money in the Bank. If you're in the Chicago area, even if you're not attending Money in the Bank, but you live near Chicago, feel free to RSVP and come hang out with us prior to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. NoDQ.com/Chicago. I don't think Muhammad Hassan is returning, Blitz VIP member. I really don't. Unless he just comes back as some generic character with no storyline or nothing going on. You know, just comes back as some guy who looks like everybody else and cuts the same kind of robotic promos. Speaking of which, Alexa Bliss cuts this promo and she starts talking about history with the Romans and something that really did not sound like it would ever come from her. That was just perplexing. I have no idea what to make of that. So the first 45, 50 minutes of Raw was all the Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Jinder Mahal, all that stuff. Then we had the segment that everyone has been talking about in the chat room for the past 15, 20 minutes. And that is the Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley's sisters segment, the sports entertainment moment of the night. Now, going in, I expected it to be complete crap. Hamp Connell sent in a $5 super chat donation. I passed my paramedic exam this week, or last week. I want to thank you because your videos kept me sane during the whole studying process. I really appreciate it. Well, thank you for that, Hamp, and congratulations on passing your exam. That's awesome news. Ken Terminated by Google says, well, I do a NoDQ live episode for the All In show. If I can watch it, if it's going to be streamed, I would gladly like to do a NoDQ live for that show. But I don't know if they're going to be streaming it or not. You would think they would, considering how successful the event has already been. You might as well get as many eyeballs watching it as possible with all the publicity. But that's All In. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that. Let's get back to Monday Night Raw. The sisters, Bobby Lashley's sisters. So I had low expectations going in, and it was pretty much as bad as I thought it would be. It was probably the worst Raw segment of the year. Was it worse than Bayley's This Is Your Life? I don't know if it was worse than that segment, but it really did nothing. It accomplished nothing. Was it funny? No. Did it give you this feeling of wanting to see Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn? No. I don't think anybody out there can say with a straight face that they are more excited to see Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn now than they were before. Somebody out there tell me that they're looking forward to that match now that Bobby Lashley came out there and beat up the sisters, which is what happened. We had Lashley come out. By the way, one of the sisters had the mustache. There were 3 guys in drag, and I guess that was mildly funny, maybe a little chuckle, because one of the guys just did not even bother to shave off his mustache, but it was just lame. It wasn't funny, and I still don't care about the match. I still don't care about Bobby Lashley. He still has the crappy music. If WWE was bringing television to the NoDQ network, then I would say give Lashley new music. Kayfabe Candy Ass says, I'm sure Vince loved it. And that's what it's all about. It is what it is. When it comes down to it, people say, how could this get on television? How could anybody backstage say, hey, this is funny, let's do this? It's Vince. If Vince finds it funny, it goes on television. TJS says, you know, Vince fell out of his chair laughing. NoDQ Virtue says, enough with the music. No, not enough with the music, and I'm not done yet. I am completely going to speak my mind about the music. I'm not done by a long shot. Kevin says it was par the PG era. The crowd, is it just me, or did this Lashley segment really kill off the crowd? It felt like they were totally dead after this segment. Wrestling Historian says, you mad? I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I'm just bummed out that this show is so lousy that I feel like I have to do other things during Raw to keep myself entertained. I should be glued to my seat watching Raw every week. I should not be fiddling around on Twitter and arguing with people on Facebook. I should be invested in Raw and be excited for the next segment. Instead, I find myself being more entertained by the lousy commercials, but I guess those commercials do their job. They're so annoying that you actually remember the phrases like, it's the sweet one, and the stupid, I'm all the way up, nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. And now there's a new one, which is even more annoying. I haven't memorized it yet because they haven't played the commercial 20 times, but I'm sure eventually I'll remember it. And Nationwide is on your side. I hate that one too. They're all so annoying, but when you hear the commercial 20 times, eventually you start to memorize it. And I guess that's the goal, to drill it in your head. And of course, who can forget the Suck My Balls Axe commercials? All right, enough about the commercials, although they're more interesting to talk about than Raw, it seems. Oh, and let's not forget Flo from Progressive. And Little Lungs. Those commercials, they crack me up. Tom McCarthy with a $2 super chat donation. No stupid commercials on the No DQ network. Agreed. We would actually come up with some cool commercials, like the commercial from 1999 when Sting beat up that little kid, that Sprite commercial. If you guys have never seen it, do a YouTube search on it, Google search, whatever. Look up that commercial. That is a great commercial. That is an all-time classic. Oh, thanks a lot, Brain. He just brought up the share of Coke. I hate that commercial. I do like Coke Zero, but I hate that commercial. It is just beyond obnoxious. I actually did like the puppy monkey baby commercial. It's just so weird that I actually found it to be entertaining. And I seem to like commercials that people really despise. I don't know why. Maybe just because it's the nonconformist in me, but I love that puppy monkey baby commercial because I think it creeped out everyone. All right, enough of the commercials. Let's talk about Raw. That's what we're here for, right? Oh, Virtue wanted to say, I used to work at Progressive. I was part of the team that decided what 400 employees should be laid off so we could hire Flo actress and name Indians Stadium. Alrighty then. So back to Raw. We had a women's Money in the Bank qualifier match, and I'm back to the music again. The Riot Squad still has that happy music, which I think needs to go immediately because they're not happy-go-lucky characters. They're heels. Now, of course, people say, well, you like Sami Zayn and he still has the happy music. But with Sami Zayn, Zayn is an overly obnoxious heel masquerading as a babyface. And that's why I think it still works with him using that theme song, because it's a sarcastic, over-the-top, insincere type of character. He comes out there and he's just being annoying on purpose. But what is Ruby Riot's character? I mean, it doesn't really make sense. The music doesn't fit with what they do. They're just a faction that comes out there, and I just don't like it. I don't think it fits with her at all. TGS says, hoy, hoy, hoy. Mike B with a $20 super chat donation. How about that? Thank you very much, Mike B. I appreciate it very much. Aaron Rift for Raw SmackDown Live General Manager. You're right. Cats are better than dogs. I'm all for the No DQ network. Love this channel. Keep up the great work. You're awesome, Aaron. I have to make a list now. The No DQ network, the changes I would make to Raw and SmackDown. I've already come up with like 6 or 7 different ideas, so we'll have to keep this list going. Hot Wheels ZZ84 says her character is tattoos. Yeah, I mean, seriously, what is her character? I mean, what are the qualities of her character? I just explained Sami Zayn, so at least Zayn as a character. He comes out there, he's overly obnoxious as a way to get heel heat, and I think that's at least something. But most of the people on Raw have nothing as far as what are their quality traits. If you had to describe what is this wrestler's traits, how do they act, what are they like? What could you really say about most of these people on Raw? I guess you could say Strowman has a little bit of a character. He's this big, angry monster who does have a heart of gold, and he teams up with kids and that sort of thing. So I guess he has a character. I just don't know what Ruby Riot's character is. She has tattoos. Whoop-de-doo. Somebody suggested this idea that maybe Corey Graves and Ruby Riot, and who's the other person that did the photo shoot? There were like 3 people with tattoos. Ruby Riot, Corey Graves, and I'm forgetting the third person. I think it was Baron Corbin, that they should form a faction. By the way, Baron Corbin, I'm so bored with that character. I don't even know what his character is either. I guess he's like just a big guy who's a bully. I don't know. A big bully with a receding hairline? I don't know. You got me, but Baron Corbin picked up a win over No Way Jose. Wow, what a huge win for Baron Corbin. He beat the guy that beat him a couple weeks ago. Whoa. Yeah, this guy can be taken seriously now. He beat No Way Jose. Wow. So we had that match. We had Bob Roode versus Elias. Elias sang a song, tried to get the crowd to sing it with him. I guess it worked to some degree, but it didn't sound like the crowd was fully into it like I thought they would. Maybe it would have been a better reaction in London or New York or maybe Chicago coming up. But anyways, we had Elias versus Bob Roode, like the fourth match from these guys now. Maybe it was the third. I'm not sure, but Bob Roode lost. Elias won. And yeah, on the NoDQ network, Bobby Roode would be a heel. No doubt about it. That would be one of the first things done on the NoDQ network version of Monday Night Raw. Bobby Roode would go heel. Elias, I would do a double turn. I really would. I would just do a double turn with those guys. Elias, the crowd loves the guy. They want to cheer for him. They want to sing along with him. So just go with it. Go with the flow. Not flow from Progressive. Just go with the flow. Did we have the tag team champions on this show? Unless I missed it, did we get Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt on this show at all? I must have missed it. If they were on this show, I missed it. Somebody in the chat room let me know. Did Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt appear on this show? I'm getting a bunch of no's. So there you go. You have a 3-hour show, a 3-freaking-hour show, and you still don't have Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, your tag team champions, on the show. No Authors of Pain. So much for those guys. You call them up and then you don't use them. Okay? Instead, you focus on the B team, which I am a little bit entertained by it, but still, I don't get it. I really don't. I do like the B team's music, though. It kind of has like a Skillet vibe to them. The band Skillet, the Christian rock band. I think they're an okay band. Some of you might be surprised for me saying that, but I think they're a decent band. I've seen them in concert. They're all right. But yeah, I kind of like their song. I do like the song a little bit, and I was mildly entertained by their match. They beat Breezango again. It was Breezango they faced last week, right? I think so. I'm like not even paying attention at this point, but yeah, it was Breezango this week. Fandango took the fall. I remember that much. They celebrated. They took a ride. They were on the chair. They took a ride down the ramp. They were having fun. Yeah, the rollaway chair was funny. I enjoyed this segment. This was maybe the highlight of Raw for me. Power Packers 90 with a $5 super chat donation. Hey, you're not ... me. You're not us ... champion Baron ... Corbin. Did you know birds and bees have sex? Okay, I'm not sure what that's a reference to, but that was the comment from Power Packers 90. Thank you for the super chat donation. I appreciate it. All right, what else happened on this show? I'm drawing a blank now for the other segments that I missed. Oh, Dolph Ziggler versus Chad Gable. I was half expecting Jason Jordan to make his return on this show. I really thought he was going to come out there and make the save. Wow, I forgot about the contract signing. Holy crap. And I think I forgot about Ronda Rousey's segment a couple of weeks ago. Wow. I don't know what that says. I don't know if it says anything, but I keep forgetting about Ronda Rousey's segments. Holy crap. What is wrong with me? I should be remembering that. That should be like the first thing I remember. I think I mentioned the contract signing at the beginning, but then I just totally forgot about it. Yes, Ronda Rousey said title shot. She didn't say title opportunity. She said title shot. But of course, she's Ronda Rousey, so I'm sure she's not going to get in trouble. We actually had a contract signing where the table wasn't harmed. No tables were harmed in the making of this contract signing segment. Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax were there. Stephanie was overseeing it. She took over Kurt Angle's office, and Ronda really didn't say much. I think she did have a good line. I know it was my thumbnail too. It's my thumbnail for the live video and I still forgot about it. Yeah, I suck. I'm fired. I'm totally fired. But anyways, I did like Ronda's line about saying she's going to take her title and her arm. That was a good line, but everything else about it I thought was just nothing to really get me all that excited for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I'm curious to see if it'll be the main event. I think there's a decent chance it will be the match that closes the show, which I think is a sigh of relief for everybody that's concerned about Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal in the main event. I think there's a little bit of good news here that more than likely it'll be Ronda's match that closes the show. TJS says Ronda is getting better on the mic. Trey Johnson says Nia Jax is just bad. Salamander A says, will Lesnar be on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view? No, he is not going to be there. He is not on this show, which is fine with me because Lesnar's matches, in my opinion, have been stinkers as of late. I was at No Mercy. The match with Strowman I thought was a huge disappointment. And WrestleMania obviously was a dud. The cage match was a dud. Lesnar's matches just haven't been on fire. I feel like they've been huge disappointments. The match with AJ was pretty good, but, you know, it's hard to have a bad match with AJ Styles. I'll just say that. So Natalya, going back to earlier because I didn't mention the outcome of that match. I was just complaining about the Riot Squad music. Natalya won the qualifying match, and I think there's a decent chance we will see Natalya win Money in the Bank and then cash it in and steal the title away from Ronda Rousey. She'll probably beat Nia Jax and win the title that way and betray her friend Ronda Rousey. I could see that happening. NoDQ Virtue says wrestling is not all about Steamboat versus Savage. I agree on that, and I liked Hogan versus Andre. I'm about as sports entertainment of a fan as you can get. I like the promos more than the matches. I'm very open about that, but they have to be good, and the storylines have to be good. If they suck, then I'd rather have good matches. I'd rather have NXT, for instance. Just my take on it, my own personal preference. Kayfabe Candy Ass says she made it pretty obvious she's going to turn on Ronda. Too obvious. There you go. The official AC says, I love stories, but this is just bad writing. I agree with you 100%. If it's bad writing, then I definitely prefer just wrestling matches. But I really want both. I want good matches that are the culmination of an intriguing storyline with characters that you are invested in, that you actually care about. I don't care about Lashley. WWE has given me no reason to care about him. His music sucks, and he just hasn't really done anything interesting. And I feel like they've already dropped the ball on him. But I already talked about that. I already gave my thoughts on Lashley and that whole segment. Ma Wrestling says, will Chicago boo Ronda or Nia? I have no idea. That Chicago crowd, maybe they'll start an all-in chant. Man, imagine that. Would Vince get pissed at that? That's the question. I don't even know if he knows what all-in is, but somebody, maybe Triple H, would they legitimately get pissed off if the Chicago fans started chanting all-in during Roman Reigns' match? That would be something really interesting. I would think that they would still be pissed, even though it really doesn't matter. I think just for their egos, it would be annoying if the fans started an all-in chant during Roman Reigns' match. Maybe I just started something here. Maybe I just opened a can of worms by even suggesting something like that. The Chicago crowd chanting all-in during Roman Reigns' match. But anyways, let's talk about the main event. Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor. And Stephanie McMahon made this match. She decided to be a jerk and put these two baby faces against each other. Match was just kind of boring. Braun Strowman pretty much dominated it. Balor made a brief comeback. Strowman almost got counted out, but he got back in the ring and then hit the running power slam. I think he hit 2 of them, but I wasn't really paying attention. He won with the running power slam nonetheless, and that was it. Strowman picked up Balor and helped him get back to his feet, so he was being a good sportsman, and that was Raw. That was it. Very anticlimactic, no cliffhanger for next week. Oh yeah, Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal, and I guess the women are having a last chance match for another spot in Money in the Bank, and that was Raw. It was pretty boring. Grade-wise, I think it gets a D. Definitely a below-average Raw. If you missed it, you really missed nothing. The only thing I would even say worth checking out was the B-Team segment. That was it. Everything else, I think, was just totally skippable. And that's it. That's my review of Raw. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video brought some joy to your lives tonight. Yeah, I give it a D. I thought this Raw was just hot garbage. NoDQ Network would have done a better job with Raw. We got to make some changes. We got to get Raw and SmackDown on the NoDQ Network, for sure. Chris Mace says he liked the main event, so there you go. Chris Mace liked it. Anyways, I will go ahead and wrap up this edition of NoDQ Live. I will be back tomorrow night with another video to talk about SmackDown Live, give my thoughts on that. Please spread the word if you enjoyed this video. Tell a friend and go on social media, call somebody, smoke signal somebody. Just keep spreading the word. Any way you can help promote NoDQ Live would be very much appreciated. Word of mouth goes a really long way. So that's all I got. I will see you guys next time.